Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it seems like every week, it's been like that for months now. The CDC has, guess what? It's made some changes to their protocols. That's right, with only days away now till the United States opens their borders to the land borders with Canada and Mexico, but international travel as well will be allowed back into the States from most countries out there. There's still a few countries that have particularly bad vaccination rates and outbreaks that they still have some measures in place, but for countries like Canada, the UK, the EU, there are now provisions that on the 8th, they will be able to start coming to the United States. Now, one of the changes that they just made, the newest one they made, it pertains to a lot to children. So people coming into the United States now, it was, for the international travel, all children under the age of 18, so children were considered anyone under the age of 18 who were unvaccinated, had to quarantine for 7 days upon arrival. So naturally, if you're planning to come to, say, Disney World or on a cruise with your children, having to pay an extra 7 days and quarantining in a hotel for 7 days before you can go on your cruise, and hoping nothing happens in the middle of that, like you test positive or something, it would definitely hamper your idea of traveling to the United States. But I think through some heavy lobbying from the tourist industry, that has now been changed, that they do not have to quarantine. Children under 17 do not have to quarantine for 7 days coming to the United States. And this has a lot of people questioning, because a lot of countries yet are not vaccinating children. The United States is about to approve children with Pfizer, and Moderna's also asked for approval now. So that could be coming down very quickly. I know Canada has started to look at that as well, as getting ready to do that as well. So there are a lot of countries who are preparing to start vaccinating children up to the age of from 5 years old on. But a 16 and 17-year-old now coming into the country unvaccinated, driving across the border, might be an issue for some people. That's an awful lot of extra people coming into the country unvaccinated. Some people think it's no big deal. Some people think it's a big deal. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it for what you will. This is the decision that they have gone with so far. I imagine if all of a sudden there's a huge spike in COVID in the United States, you're going to see more changes coming very quickly. But as of now, it looks like the CDC is almost trying to get out of the COVID business. It looks like they're trying to make this into an endemic instead of being into the pandemic. So as you saw with the cruise lines, they are now saying as of the 15th of January, it's going to be a volunteer system. Here's our suggestions. We're not going to hold you accountable to these, but we're asking you, to come up with your own guidelines with us, and we'll work together and things like that. Which means, that won't be enforceable. It'll be a volunteer program. And now you see them easing restrictions for travel in general. So now you're seeing more and more big stadiums opening. Football stadiums at capacity. Basketball is playing. There just seems to be less and less that the CDC have to give guidelines for, other than suggestions. And so we'll see what happens in the future. If there's a huge spike during the winter, as more and more people head indoors and are in enclosed spaces and things like that, if there's more spread because, cold, flu, sneezing, etc., coughing, there's more of that in the winter than there is in the summer months. We'll see how this plays out, but as far as I'm concerned, less and less restrictions is a good thing. And whatever helps people get back to work and their jobs while not really, hopefully, endangering anybody. Don't forget, the cruise lines still have all those protocols in place. They still have the mask wearing. They still have social distancing. They still have the cleanliness protocols. They still have, less capacity issues. They still have a lot of things in place other than any of the guidelines that the CDC will enforce. Yeah, if you're looking to travel to the United States and you had children under the age of 18, and you don't have to quarantine for 7 days. I think that's going to make a lot of people rethink their holidays and maybe, just maybe, make that trip that they weren't planning on doing. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.